I see.
Sweet. Ollie, how you doing, man?
I'm fine, man. Happy to see you. And you?
Yeah, good to see you too. Where are you in the moment?
I'm at my house in Belgium, same as you, I think, but
Sweet.
then
Yeah, not
across
in
the ocean.
Belgium, yeah. Nice, dude. Holding up well, training hard.
Yeah, more and more. Getting ready for the first team training camp with the Tour de France squad, with the big pre-selected squad next week.
Nice, dude. You think you're gonna make the team?
I hope so. Eh? Otherwise there will be tears.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so too. Nice. So, yeah, just wanted to ask you a quick couple questions. Gonna interview a couple guys over the next few weeks, but I guess so. We were teammates on IM, so we've known each other for quite a bit.
In 2016.
And 2016, first year. Unfortunately, also the last year of the team, but yeah, we got to be teammates here again too, which has been fun for me at least.
Me too.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was like pretty interesting when you came to IM. You had been at Hawksport Vlaanderen before, right?
For 1 year, yeah.
And 1 year. Okay. So you turned pro pretty late. So you were 24, 25?
Yeah. I turned 25 in my first year pro.
Okay, cool.
The year before IM, 2015.
Nice. And now you're like one of the best classics riders in the world. I think we can say pretty safely, which is pretty sweet. So, but you, before you turned pro, you had still raced and trained a lot, right? So
yeah.
Was it always like your dream to be a pro, or?
Well, it wasn't a goal because it was not realistic since I never won anything in juniors or under 23, like literally nothing, zero races. So because I was in university at first, but that wasn't going all that well because when I was training, in my head I was thinking I should be studying because as a student I was like very limited, let's say.
Limited.
And when I was studying, on the other hand, I was thinking, fuck, I should be training because I'm gonna get my ass handed to me in the weekend if I don't train. So I did both things half and half, which is always a very bad idea. So after a few years, must have been in 2012 and 2012, after having to redo all my exams in summer, I was like, this is not going anywhere. So I stopped, and I got a job as a delivery driver for how do they call it? Like, I would go pick up dirty clothes in factories.
Like a laundry. Oh, okay.
Laundry, yeah. Laundry delivery.
Maybe like
laundry delivery,
industrial laundry service. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I did for 2 years, and then those were really early mornings. I had to wake up at 5, and I got home at like 4:30 after work. But the thing is, then I was totally done. I could go training, and there was nothing on my mind keeping me from trying to go as far as I could or reaching my personal cycling goals. The idea I had was like, I was at a sort of a crossroads. Where do I go with life at the end of my university career? I don't have a degree, so a really nice job is pretty much out of the question. And then there's cycling. I'm not a winner. I'm not winning races. So, but on the other hand, not really training the way I should. So what do I do? I just wanted to see how far I could get in cycling, and that's what I did. I got a coach for the first time. Every day I got home from work. If he said 4 hours training or 5 hours, I would be 4 or 5 hours with lights on my bike, and eat, sleep, work, train, repeat. All the time, day in, day out, and my results just like.
So you were like training at night after work, or?
All the time. That was all I did. I worked for 10 hours a day. I never worked on Wednesday. That was my day off, but I was always racing on Wednesday. And that's the only thing I did. I just got home, trained, came home. I just got to meet my girlfriend, who I'm still with. So in the beginning, I think she must have thought, what's wrong with this guy or something? I don't know what was going on, but that was like a really a Spartan period almost.
Yeah.
Because I really had nothing in my life except for cycling and work. That was literally all I did. Also, like my holidays, I remember having 22 days off for the entire year, and every year by let's say April or May, I would have gotten through them all. Just with a small one week training camp in Spain in January and some 1 week races. I remember Tour of Belgium with the pros. We got a wild card for that with our small continental team. That was a week holiday for me. So
no, oh man, that's insane. Wow, that's crazy.
It was brutal.
Yeah,
and sometimes after these races on like a Sunday evening, I'd often race with the pros since we were continental, and I'd do really good results. And I remember going home like, oh my God, tomorrow I have to wake up at 5. And these guys, these pros, they can sleep in, they have a coffee ride or whatever. And my day is just going to be so much harder than theirs.
Wow,
I was, quite jealous at the time.
Yeah. So like, I also know you're like super big into the mental game. So were you like the whole time, like, did you really believe you were going to be a pro, or were you like unsure, or like, were you dreaming about it? What was the?
Not at all, because it was so unrealistic, you know. In Belgium, there's this thing, if you're above 23 or 23 or older, and you're not pro yet, I mean, it's not going to happen. And I like won my first race at 22, really the smallest race you can imagine. That's not going to cut it to earn a pro contract somewhere. So I said to myself, I was in this continental team making a little bit extra money on my job. I was thinking, this is pretty nice. Maybe I can go for the Belgian championships in amateurs or something. And those were the goals I had. The dream obviously was going pro, because I felt I could do it, but I didn't believe I would get the chance.
For sure.
I mean, of course, at the time I was super strict for myself, super hard on myself, but you need a lot of luck in that situation. I wasn't the only working racer who performed well and who actually had the level to be a decent pro. But I did have the luck of performing in the right races where sports directors of the right teams were, and I mean, having the right people see me at the right time, you know, a bit of luck.
So then, when you turned pro with Cloud Sport, was that like the dream or what?
Absolutely, yeah. If they would have given me a contract for 10 years, I would have signed it with tears in my eyes at the time. And you know, that was actually unbelievable. But the thing is, I realized there in the team presentation, immediately I was cited as one of the leading riders for the year, even though it was my first year. That was right away the thing. I also felt I was ready for it right away. I had teammates who were like 19 years old, who were big talents, but I felt they turned pro too early. They've never reached their full potential, even up until this day. And when I got there, I was like, okay, this is my place. I feel ready. I remember my first omloop with the ID. I should do like top 30, you know. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be sprinting for the win, but if there's 6 guys in the front and 20 guys chasing, that's where I should be in my first race. That's what I felt. That's what it was going to be, and that's what it was in the end. And from then on, it went really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Nice, dude. Were there any other like big milestones after that, or?
Of course, yeah. Like a sports career as a normal life is like a chain of crossroads and choices you have to take. I mean, first of all, going to top sport was like the dream. Like I said, really lucky to go there. You sign a 2-year deal there, but since they're like we call it a training team for World Tour, for young riders to go into World Tour teams. And after 1 year, I went to you guys. You know, I got the chance to go to you guys. That was also this thing like, what's happening now? I mean, I'm going to a World Tour team. This is pretty cool. If, let's say, it would have been almost any other World Tour team, but I wouldn't have had such a free role to discover myself, to keep chasing my own results. I wouldn't have been here, you know. The team folded afterwards, and I remember in June during the Dauphiné, Vincent from AG2R called me, and he was like, we're looking for a rider who is in the top 20 consistently in one-day races, and perhaps can one day do a top 10 or something, just so we get some points in one-day races, because now we're not getting any. I was like, that sounds like where I'm at more or less right now. That sounds like the rider I am for the moment. And again, if there, I wouldn't have come to AG2R. I would have went elsewhere. Perhaps I had to settle in a domestique role, a helper role. Again, I wouldn't be here. It's
crazy.
Choice after choice, year after year, brings you to a certain point.
Now you're at Oliver Naesen.
Sounds pretty funny.
Dude. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Cool. Well, thank you. That was cool to hear.
Nice. Cool to tell. Nice memories.